Hello and welcome back to Dividend Growth UK. I'm David. This channel is all about my investment journey utilising the UK's two tax-free wrappers, the ISA and the SIPP. So there's one position in this portfolio I've mentioned plenty of times on the channel, but only ever in passing, usually when a dividend's landed, but today I wanted to actually talk about it properly. Diversified Energy Company, ticker symbol DEC. I first bought DEC back in March of 2022. And I've kept adding to that position every single month right through to November 2025. The share price hit its lowest point in 5 years on the 29th of January 24, and I kept buying for another 22 months after it as well. Then in November last year I stopped, not because anything dramatic had happened, the price had just started going sideways, and it stayed going sideways. Even with everything going on in the world that you'd think would move an energy stock one way or the other, DEC just didn't move. And that made me uneasy, enough to stop adding. Now here's where that leaves me, as of recording this. Capital invested is down 44%. That's a paper loss of just over £3,500. Whilst holding this position, the dividends I've received have totaled £1,753. Net that off, and my total position is down £1,773. That's a 22% loss overall. Now that's not a disaster, but it's certainly not nothing either. So DEC is a natural gas producer. Their model is to buy up mature, already drilled gas wells, mostly across the Appalachian and central regions of the US. Run them efficiently for years and then safely retire them once they're spent. They do have transport and gathering infrastructure attached to those wells too, but the core of the business is production, not moving oil around the continent. So why sideways? Here's the interesting part. When I went digging into why the price had gone quiet right around when I stopped buying, I found something. In November of 25, the same month I paused, a short seller called Snowcap Research put out a report arguing that DEC's dividend isn't actually backed by free cash flow, and that the company's future well plugging costs will be badly underfunded. Some estimates from critics put the total future plugging liability as high as several billions of dollars. Now DEC pushed back hard, calling the report inaccurate and opportunistic. And to be fair to them, more recent numbers do look decent. Q1 of 26 showed recorded adjusted EBITDA of 287 million, and leverage actually comes down. They've also done a large acquisition since, expanding the business rather than shrinking it. So my instinct to pause wasn't random. It landed right on top of a genuine unresolved argument about whether this business can really afford what it's promising shareholders long term. This feels like exactly the kind of holding worth running through my own framework, properly, for the first time. So firstly, do I understand the business? Yes. Mature well acquisition and eventual retirement. Simple enough on paper. Is the cash flow predictable? This is where it gets murky. DEC reports healthy free cash flow. Snowcap disputes the methodology entirely. I can't independently verify either side, and that uncertainty itself is a data point. Is the dividend commitment there? They're still paying and haven't cut it, but when a credible enough voice is publicly saying the cover isn't real, that comment feels less solid than it did a year ago. And does this business survive 20 years? This is the actual crux of it. Well plugging and abandonment is a legal obligation, decades out, and the estimates for what it'll cost range enormously, depending on who you ask. That's not a yes or a no answer right now. It's an open question I'm sitting with. So where have I landed? I haven't sold. I'm not panicking, but I'm also not buying more until I have more clarity on that fourth question, because a 20-year commitment is exactly what I'm not confident about right now. This is one I'm going to keep watching closely, and I'll update you honestly as I learn more, good or bad. So the question I have for you this time is, have you ever kept holding a position even after you've stopped fully trusting the story behind it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I really appreciate you watching. I enjoy reading all the questions and hope to respond to them. So until next time, bye bye now.